What's up, guys? Captain Curls here with the 4th episode of Curl Conversations. Today we're going to be talking about some of the struggles and some of the joys of moving. So, moving during the school week is kind of difficult. My average day is I come home from school, I'll spend 2 hours of me time just relaxing, then another hour pretty much just scrolling through my phone. And then normally around 6 o'clock, I'll make sure to grab some boxes, take them upstairs, and I'll just help move around. It's not only just like moving boxes up and down the stairs, it's also opening the boxes and getting everything organized so it runs smoothly in the house. Right now, we're working on my room and like getting the bedding out of the boxes, carrying my TV from the old house to the new house, getting like our board games out because we play board games once a week normally, and just making sure everything is out of the boxes so there's no like mountain of boxes just everywhere when I try to walk around at night. We don't have any TVs in our house yet, so my phone is the only electronic that I watch because my game systems and everything else connects to my TV or I'll watch TV. So I'm either moving boxes, relaxing, or on my phone. That's pretty much the only 3 things that I've been doing for the past week. Just making sure the house is all moved in, I have enough time to relax so I'm not tired, and give myself some time to just scroll through like YouTube or something. I wasn't sure how my school would take my YouTube channel at first, but actually, everyone in my class knows about it, and they're all chill. It's gotten to the point where my friends help me, like, come up with, like, hashtags for my shorts and stuff. Like, all of my friends want to be involved in my YouTube, and they're like, can I be in your channel? Can I be on your channel? It's just fun not having, like, them make fun of me for it, because how everyone talks about it, it sounds like, you do YouTube, you're trash, your videos are cringe. Like, nobody says that to me. Everyone's like, oh, I saw your video last night, pretty cool. Or, hey, I saw your video, could I do something like that with you? And, like, there's, like, 3 other kids that have channels in my class. And it's gotten to the point where everyone's like, hey, Caleb, is this a good idea for a post? And it's like, a lot of the times, well, I used to struggle a lot on finding out what to post and when. Because it's like, I'm a normal kid living a normal life. Nothing's interesting going around me. My mom works from home, so they're like, I can't like be loud and jump around all the time. So what I do is if we go and paint, I'll record the painting. If we're moving boxes, I'll move the boxes. And I'll record myself doing it. If I get something new in my room, I'll record that. Like, this move has let me done so many videos. I think I've done like, don't quote me on it, but like 30 videos I want to say just of moving, and I think it's been like 2 weeks now that we've been moving. Yeah, so it's like 30 in 2 weeks. That's pretty good. Moving has been such good to me. It has given me so many opportunities to record and make content for you guys. One of my recent videos with my couch. Originally we had planned on putting that in this house because normally like everybody has their own spot. My stepdad will sit in the recliner, my mom will sit on the couch, I'll sit on the love seat, and that's just like where we stay. But we already had furniture we had in mind, and all of that's downstairs, and instead of just getting a refund, I asked, and my parents were cool with me having a couch in my room as long as I didn't get it dirty. So I thought, as long as I don't get it dirty, I should be good. So I took them on that offer, so now I have a couch in my room. Like, if we hadn't done the move, I wouldn't have been able to make that. Moving has opened up so many fun experiences, and at first, I didn't want to move. I wanted to stay here. I think I've been here for like 8 years at this old house. So I have like, as far back as I can remember is in this house. and all my memories are here. And in my head, it's like, oh, if you leave the place where you made memories, you're forgetting those memories. But as soon as I got to the point where I realized memories aren't within a place, they're within your mind, I'm like, oh, wow, this view and having this big of a room makes it fun and okay. And over time, I've slowly gotten used to it. And I'm not like, every time we drive by, it's not, I'd rather live there. I can comfortably say I'm happy where we live now. Yeah, it was like a whole thing. Yeah, I've grown up at this old house for like, I think actually for the past 8 years. So it's been super fun. We're transferring all of our yard art and stuff. So it's just going to be so fun, and I'm going to get to post so many videos off of it. One of my favorite parts about moving is the ability to find stuff. Like, I know there's some things that I've been looking for like years, months, weeks, days, like any amount of time. I've been looking for it. And then as soon as you start to take stuff out of your room, out of the living room, out of your parents' room, like, you find all this stuff that you thought you lost. And it's just like, it's all there. It's like anything that I wanted, I'll just like grab it, put it aside, then put it somewhere in my room where I won't forget it now. I've found so many things that I wanted to find earlier, and now I can still use them and play with them and everything. That's probably one of, if not my favorite part about this move, being able to find stuff that I forgot I had, or find stuff that I've been looking for. It's just so fun. I mean, we're on a lake house pretty much. Here at the old house, we're at a normal house, nothing special about it. If I want to sit in the backyard, I hear dogs barking and birds chirping. If I want to sit in the front yard, I hear cars, dogs, and birds. Like, that's all I heard. All I see is my neighbors, other houses, cars. My neighbors, other houses, dogs, cars. Like, that's all I saw. But then now with this new house, I get to see like water birds, turtles, bunnies, all these special cool things, like the water, for instance. I think it was this morning where the fog was traveling over the water, and that looked so cool to me. And it just made sitting outside a more pleasant experience, because people will still walk their dogs around, just walking their dogs, and I'll be like, hey, what's good? And they'll wave back, and it's just a pleasant environment now. I'm not the only person that's enjoying our move. My mother, since she works from home, the change of scenery has treated her so well, and she talks and she acts just like she loves this house. She's freaking out about every little thing, from those little vacuum robot things, Roomba or whatever. Like, she's freaking out about that. She's freaking out about the view. She'll see turtles, bunnies. Like, she loves everything about this place. And I know that I struggle a lot with the ability of not being able to, like, I have to go downstairs. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if I get thirsty at night, it's not like, okay, I can get up, I can go get a drink, I can come back up, I'm good. Now it's, I wake her up, then she's up, and she tells me to go to sleep. Like, I wake up in the middle of the night and I get thirsty. I'll drink all of my drink before bed. So that's just one of the things that I'm not loving about this house. But she loves everything about it. Like, I don't think I can find one thing that she doesn't love about this house. This is my first time having an electrical fireplace. You can't like roast marshmallows on it or anything. It just has like logs with fire, a glass in front of it, and then like heat that comes out of the bottom. It's my first time not having a real fireplace, besides from long ago when I lived in an apartment. But that's one thing that I'm not happy about. I really do miss being able to have a fire, being able to make fires. But we are going to be able to have bigger TVs, so like you can see it from the kitchen, and that's something that I really like. I know everyone really likes the open concept. Like, there's not a lot of things like obstructing your view or your walking path. Like, you have multiple different ways to get to one destination, and I like being able to have options of where I'm going. So the house is kind of built like a circle. So the rooms connect in a circle. So my lab, Daisy, and me, I'll run around the house in circles and she'll chase me, and then I'll run upstairs, she'll follow me, and then I'll go in my room. She'll lay down on my bed, and that's normally what I do with her before I get ready to go to sleep. That way she's tired and I'm tired, so it's easier for us to fall asleep. A lot of the difficulties are just like difference of habit. So having difference in my life, I'm still getting used to. Like our shoe corner. No matter where I've lived, there's always been a corner where you put your shoes, a place. Like the place we put our shoes is different now. Instead of the front door, it's the back door. It used to be the side door. Like, it just keeps changing all around, but I am liking the fact there's a garage. You see, we just got our garage replaced because my room is like, I think it's directly above the garage. So whenever the garage would open, I would hear it. So I would know whenever somebody left or came. But now we got it replaced and it's quiet. I don't get woken up at all during the night. Like, everything is just quiet. It's weird. Like, our house was so small, you could be on the phone in the bedroom and you could hear it in the kitchen. Now, like, you could be in one bedroom and I can't hear you in the other. It's just so much quieter. So we recently got all new furniture. Everything matches. It's like all perfectly fit. Like, it all perfectly fits in its right place. And honestly, there's just something about having everything in its proper place to me. Like, to have something just slightly off messes with me. Like, it either has to be fully off or perfect. Like, it can't just be slightly off, because that'll mess with me. And having everything in its place is like, I just like having everything neat and organized. The laundry room is downstairs. That is something different for me because I'm used to having the laundry on the same level. That way I can, like, if you're gonna do your laundry, you can just walk across the house. But now, if I want to take my laundry downstairs, I have to walk down the stairs with a basket of laundry, and that's not my favorite thing. Some things that I really do like about this house, though, is the natural lighting. So, like, at our old house, you'd have to have all the lights on or all the lights off. Like, one light on would only light a small area. I don't know if that's because our lights weren't strong or if it was, like, just not a big enough light. But here, like, you don't have any lights on, and the whole house is, like, you still see everything, even at nighttime. And personally, my favorite thing is I like to go outside because we have a screened-in porch now. So I like to go on that porch, and I like to, like, if it's thundering outside and raining, I like to sit out there and watch the water hit watch the rain hit the water. Also like it when it's like foggy outside, watching the fog pass the water when it's really hot, when the sun is setting and the sun shines off the water. Pretty much the water is one of my favorite parts. Really, everything just falls in place. I'm one of those people where I have to have noise when I sleep. I can't have it be completely quiet. So, like, if it's thundering outside, I'll, like, listen to thunder. But I have, like, these two big box fans in my room. I just posted a video about them and, like, my wind tunnel, I like to call it. So I'll sleep with box fans at the foot of my bed every night, and then I'll get under my covers and I'll have a sheet on the back of them. So those, like, when it sucks the air in, it, like, traps the sheet on the back, and then it blows the cold air in the wind tunnel and, like, onto me, like, onto my face as I'm sleeping. That way I don't get too hot at night. because I sleep with like 4 blankets, including a weighted blanket every night. So it says like the perfect temperature. It's not too quiet. It's not too noisy. Like sleeping has like really gotten better. Also, sleeping with a 100-pound dog might have something to do with it. So those are some of the things that I personally like and dislike about the house, and these are some of my quote-unquote struggles. So now we're gonna go ask my mom what she thinks of the house, and she's gonna tell us her pros, cons, and struggles. So since you work from home, what are some things that have changed for the better or worse in the work-home environment?
When everybody comes home, it makes it very difficult. So I can be on calls, on camera, and people like to come by my office and knock, and the dogs want to come in and bark, and so it makes it a little bit challenging in that way. But the benefits are when it's just me most of the day, it's really nice, it's quiet. I can move around in different rooms when I get tired of being in the same room. I actually probably get more work done working from home than I would in an office, maybe too much work. But I like the flexibility of being able to go run a quick errand and come right back.
Okay, so your old view, you just had street, houses, cars, dogs. What is it like having this new water view with all this new wildlife?
Honestly, sometimes it's hard to concentrate on work when you hear the geese and you see the people walking, and it's just beautiful. But it also makes me have more peace when I'm working, so I'm more relaxed and I get less stressed, so that's really probably a good.
So do you have any cons about this house, just off the top of your head, things that you would change in the future, a couple years?
I can't really think of anything right now that I would want to change. I don't know, I love this house. It hit every item on my wish list. Every single one of them was there. So I love it. There's nothing I don't like.
I know for a long time, sitting on the water has been one of your goals. So being like right on top of a lake, does it change like your work schedule? Do you ever come out here and just sit and listen to the water? Do you just stay upstairs? So how does sitting on the water affect your work day and life?
Well, I get up earlier now than I ever did. Sometimes I get up at 5 or 5:30 so I can make a cup of coffee and sit out in the screened-in porch and watch the sunrise over the lake. That's pretty incredible. And then I will usually start my day maybe a little bit later so I can sit out and enjoy. That's been a really nice change.
Having all this wildlife with the animals, does it cause the animals to bark more or bark less? Having bunnies, geese, water birds, all these different animals around the house.
Actually, they've barked less because their view is not the same. Being up in a screened-in porch, so it's pretty high, so they can't really see the people walking below. Whereas the old house, we had really big picture windows where any person that walked by they would see, so it was constant barking. But here it's very quiet, very peaceful. They behave pretty well.
So what are some of the struggles of moving for you?
Just getting it all done. Like there's things break that you weren't expecting to break, or repairs that you weren't expecting to do. So those things have been really difficult. The painting, and I had hand surgery in March, so I don't have the strength to paint like I used to. So that makes it really hard because I like to do some of that stuff myself instead of having to pay someone.
So you've had like reports of having a hurt knee. So with the moving and the hand, how are the stairs treating you?
I am not used to the stairs yet.
So at our old house, when you worked, you said how you feel like you spend too much time at home, and you always wanted to just like, even if it's like just go in the car and drive, you wanted to get away from the house, get away from everything, and just have time to yourself. Now that you have a walking trail in your neighborhood, you're sitting on the water, you have scenery, different animals, no 2 days are ever the same. Does that change your want to always be out of the house?
Yeah, I never want to leave the house, no. I want to be able to sit outside and enjoy just listening to the fountains in the water or watching the lights in the fountains. That's been really nice. It's less stressful. Like I said, that really makes a big difference. It's tranquil. Anything by the water and all this giant patch of lily pads and the cranes that go down in the lily pads, the geese that start the day off with their flying over the water, the mist over the water. It's just really a magical place.
So, kitchen-wise, I know a long time ago, right before we moved, while we were in our old house, you've always said you wanted an island. We always pretty much ate out or got stuff like microwavable because you didn't have the stuff you needed or the room you needed to be able to really cook. So now that you have a kitchen big enough where you can really move around the kitchen, cook, and you have the island that you've always wanted, how does that change the kitchen aspect?
As far as me wanting to cook?
Mm-hmm.
I do feel more inspired to cook because I have the space to get all of my things out. I had plenty of stuff that I wanted to cook, and I did cook, but it was just, the kitchen was just too small. So now having, I would say maybe double the size of the kitchen, I can kind of spread out. I can get all of my specialty things out to help me make a meal prep easier.
Do you feel like you're new to this house? Are you still adjusting to everything in this house, or do you already feel like you belong and you've had it?
No, it feels like home. It just feels really, I don't know. It's like this was supposed to be all along.
Mm-hmm. So as far as your room goes, I know at our old house, your room was normal, your bed had stopper so it wouldn't slide out. You had your cabinets, mirrors, your dresser, your closet wasn't the biggest, and I know your bathroom was super small. So now having a giant bathroom and a wide and open floor plan and bigger of your bedroom, what does that change as far as your love of your room?
Well, I wake up every morning looking over the water. It's pretty incredible. I don't ever close my blinds because I want to wake up with the sun. So as soon as the sun starts to peak up a little bit, I wake up, come downstairs, make my coffee. So that makes it amazing. And the bathroom is huge. I love that. So I have space to spread out. I will do a renovation in the bathroom within the next 30, 45 days.
Is there anything off the top of your head, next 10 years, 5 years, next year, that you would change about this house?
I probably would put a renovation in the kitchen just to have different countertops and renovate the hall bathroom and maybe update some of the things in the downstairs bathroom just to give it, a more, my personal touch.
Do you have any advice for any parents or just adults with animals or just anyone that works from home? Do you have any advice to make it easier for them to make it work at home?
Animals are great. They're stress relievers, but they also could create stress. So I would just say have everything prepped before you start your day. Make sure you take them out. Make sure you feed them. Our animals want to just lay wherever I am. So if it's under my monitors for the cats, or under my feet for the dogs, or behind my chair, whatever that is, I want to make sure that they're happy. And I would also say be in a room where they can't see other people that would cause them to bark. I also do not like a doorbell personally because I don't want to have the barking. I prefer to not even have a doorbell, honestly.
So as far as just straight up house-wise and what you like, I know you said that if you're looking for a house, you want a one-story house, you don't want stairs, and you don't want carpet. Now that we have stairs and carpet, does that change how you feel about them?
I think as I get older, I'll probably convert the garage into a master bedroom suite, so that I will be able to be on the same floor with the water from this view. That may be the only thing that I'll do in the future, but I'm not really concerned about it right now. I think of course, it's not even been 2 weeks, so my body's acclimating to going up and down stairs however many times. So going from one house that's really small to one that's over double what we had. It's some adjustments. Where do I keep things? Like normally I would have had everything on one floor. Now I have to figure out, okay, I got to go upstairs to get to my office, and upstairs to get to my bedroom, downstairs to get a drink. So just prepping my day.
So you would say that actually having the stairs and the carpet upstairs changed your...
Yeah, I would say so. It's a little bit more difficult. It makes the day, but it's difficult because I don't have everything at my fingertips, but also as you get older, you want to make sure you're moving around more, you want to be active, you want to make sure you get your 10,000 steps in, just to stay healthy. So having a bigger house, going up and down stairs, that actually contributes to me getting my steps in and giving me a break to step away, because I don't do a very good job of stepping away once I start working. So that helps me, actually.
I know now we have 2 stories. You actually have a place. I mean, at our old house, you turned, I think it was our kitchenette, our small, tiny kitchenette, into your office, and you didn't really have anywhere else to relax, because no matter what time of day, either I was home, Stan was home, or we took up pretty much everywhere else. So I know now it must be relieving to be able to go downstairs and completely change your view, and not just stare at the same thing all the time, every day.
Yeah, well, being able to go into a office room, and when I'm done, close the door, and then I don't have to think about work again until the next morning is really nice.
Oh yeah, I know that has to be a lot easier than having a barn door and having the animals being able to just push it open.
Yeah, that was really challenging. And also being right by the door that everybody comes in and out, so it was constant traffic, which made it really tough. But now I'm kind of completely away from everyone, away from the stairs, away from... You would have to purposely come to my wing of the house to want to talk to me.
I know you were talking about maybe getting just maybe a roof over our driveway at the old house, or just finding something to put your car under. So now that you actually have a garage, how do you feel about having one?
Well, it's not the first time I've had a garage, but it's nice, to be able to come in and not have to take your things out of the car in the rain, or, just having cover. If it's raining or snowing or cleaning off your windshield, you don't have to worry about that so much. I think it's also, a safety thing. You don't have to worry about someone breaking into your car so much if your car's in the garage. So I love it.
So I know before you wouldn't invite any of your work friends or friends over to the house because 5 people in our old house, and you would feel kind of cramped. There wasn't enough space to spread everyone out. Now being able to fit 20 plus people comfortably in this house, how does that change your view on inviting people over?
Yeah, I think you always want to make sure your guests feel like they are comfortable, and I want to feel like I can serve my guest. And in the old house, I couldn't do that. So it was kind of, I wanted it. I was desperate to have that opportunity to share my life and my time with my friends, but it just didn't work out. But now that we have, an outdoor screened-in porch that's, it's big enough to seat probably 10 in here, and then probably 10 in the dining room, and 10 at the kitchen table, and another 10 in the living room. There's plenty of space for holiday, Winter Olympics that we like to do, and all the games. And I think it's great. I think we'll have an opportunity to really share our lives and have some good holiday memories. I think I'm most excited about that, maybe more than anything else about the house, is being able to host Christmas and Thanksgiving and, you know, all those fun events. And then when you have kids one day, having a place for them to come and enjoy the pond and the deer and the ducks and whatever.
So I know personally for me, instead of being able to just carrying my laundry basket from my room to the laundry room, now I have to carry my laundry basket down the stairs across the house to get to the laundry room.
Right.
Does that affect you in any sort of way?
No, because you're going to do that.
I know personally for me, I like having all of this like light coming in our house from the outside. Before, it was either you have no lights on and it's pitch black, or you have all the lights on and it's dim. I don't know if that was because we had weak lights or if it was just we didn't, like, our lights weren't big enough. But now, like, it being fully like bright in the nighttime and the daytime from all the windows and being able to see the water from so many different angles, how do you feel about having so much natural light?
Well, actually, I love natural light. Our old house had natural light, but it was just a smaller home. But this home, that was one of the reasons I wanted this particular home, was the natural light. It's important to me to be able to get the vitamin D, sit out, enjoy, you know, having our glider on the deck is really nice. That natural light is great. So no matter, really doesn't matter which room you're in, you're experiencing some natural light, which I love that. That's probably one of my favorite things about the house.
So, like you said earlier, you have like your wing of the house, and it kind of seems like everybody has their own space to go to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you think about it, we're in the screened-in porch right now, and you sometimes use this as your office, and right above us is your bedroom, and then is your office. Like, you have like a literal like whole half of our house just for you. So how does that feel to, instead of having one small room in a small house, to be able to have 3 rooms that you can work in any time, and having 8 hours a day all to yourself to be able to...
It's awesome. I mean, come on, it's awesome. I love it. I love being able to, you know, have a space to spread out, and it's important to change your views. Sometimes creativity comes when you change your surroundings, and I think any job, one of the things you need to really concentrate on to be successful is to be creative. And creativity for me flows most when I am not in a work environment. So if I'm sitting out by the water, I feel like I get ideas quicker, or solutions come to me faster. And water specifically drives that. I don't know if you remember, but like 2 years ago when we were at the beach, I got you up at 12 o'clock at midnight. And I'm like, I have a great idea, because we were at the water. It was a different scene. So I had to go get pencil and paper and start writing all of my stuff down, because I didn't bring my computer. So, you know, it's that kind of stuff that, atmosphere, you know, it's a big deal. It's a big deal to be able to adjust your space so you can get your brain engaged in a different way.
So, I'm now in 7th grade, so now you have the money to be able to like afford this house, be able to get new renovations, like you're not having to stress about money, and you enjoy your job. When you were my age, older, younger, did you see yourself working at the job you have now, or did you see yourself having a different career?
So I'll be honest with you, I didn't really have a clear vision at the age you are. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do or what I wanted to be. I was still trying to kind of figure out who I was and what I wanted. What's interesting is I did not enjoy math, but now I'm in a job where there's a lot of math involved. So sometimes your career picks you instead of you picking your career. And I think you have to be open to hearing God's voice and His guidance. Sometimes the path is not straight. You think this is the path, and maybe one day, but you might have to go around a few mountains before you get to the top.
So, how long has it been? 20-something years you've been at your job now?
Almost 24.
So, now being at your job almost 24 years, having friends all across the world, working with people from India. I know that has inspired you to learn a little bit of Indian. Hindi, thank you. Being able to have all these people going on different trips with your work friends and everything. Would you say that you chose the right job?
Absolutely. Here's the great thing about finding a large company, and everybody wants to start out and say that they're going to be the CEO or they're going to be in charge or be the president and run this or that. I started at the very bottom, and I had, 11 jobs since I've been there, 11 different jobs.
Wow.
Yeah, so for me, it was, you got to try different things. Okay, do I like this? No, I hate it, so I'm going to do something else. But I needed to get on the ground floor, and I'm so glad I did, because all the things that I learned in the first 3 years when I was at the very, very bottom made me successful every promotion I got. So it's important that you take the opportunities that present themselves to you if they feel right, even if you don't love them, just to learn something new. Every experience you should learn something from. Find something that you can take away. I think that's the key to your future and your success. You may have a subject you hate, right? But learning to overcome that is, that's a skill.
I mean, you're one of those people that likes to see the silver lining in any situation you're in.
Yep.
So, when you were in 7th grade, did you see yourself making this much money and being this successful?
I didn't really think about it, honestly. I didn't. I just thought about, how am I going to get through the 7th grade? That's what I thought about.
A lot of people that I'm around now, they want me to have my job planned out. And at first I was struggling, and I started to think about, let's see, what jobs could I do? And I've gone through 20 jobs, but wanting to be a police officer when you're 6 is different than wanting to do something real when you're 12. So now, what I'm doing now, YouTube, I could see myself doing something like that permanently.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, your job picks you, and as you know, from the time I was 5, I would record myself just saying random stuff and just talking, not posting anything, but just recording myself acting like I was. Mm-hmm. And since the time I was 6, me and my cousin would plan out when we get older, we're gonna have a joint YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you're right when you say your career picks you.
Yeah.
But also this is something I've wanted to do pretty much my whole life.
Yeah. I think that you have to be prepared to have bumps in the road. So you may think everything's going great today, and then tomorrow it all falls apart. You don't do as well, and you struggle because you're not getting the right number of subscribers, or your content's not right, or something may happen. And sometimes I feel like that is an opportunity for you to learn and grow and then come back and be stronger. But I think the difference in what makes people successful and not successful is their willingness to go through the hard things instead of quitting. It's real easy to quit when things get difficult if you're not successful the first 2 times, first 5 times, the first 10 times. Do you have the ability to stick with it? So I think for anyone who's trying to do anything, whether it's YouTube or anything else, I've told you this your whole life, it's about what are you putting into it?
Right. So it looks like this house has inspired you to want to work more and cook more, mm-hmm. and just be around everywhere more. So it looks like overall you like this house.
Yep.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this house?
I think today I would give it an 8.5. Give me about 3 years and it'll be a 10.
All right, guys, well, you heard it there. It's an 8.5.
Hey guys, leave a like and subscribe. Captain Curls. Thanks for listening today.
And comment down below what other topics I should do for a podcast. And make sure to check out more of my content. Captain Curls signing out.